Masquera say Zimbabwe, welcome to our channel Zim Confessions and Deep Secrets. Kana kake kutanga kukuya paneno channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Kana chukua garo subscriber, don't forget to comment and share this video. Masquera Zimbabwe takwigirai nyari kupisa nyari kunetsa iyo irikunzi mu Zimbabwe's political scene. Amanaombera mushi Vice President Chiwenga nema key military leaders and the a strong warning to President Mnangagwa's family and the warning yasheka ma corridors of power in Zimbabwe my divisions are within the ruling elite. Ma reports are indicate that there is a rift between Chiwenga's camp and Mnangagwa's inner circle and Aricha a critical stage. My military leaders ayo anga akanyarara mazwapura and they are now voicing their dissatisfaction with Zimbabwe since my generals they are not happy with how Mnangagwa family has amassed power and they have been sidelined and they are ready to act to our true with warning yakauya mshima kunge allies of President Mnangagwa are pusha for extension presidential term limit yabo yerukunzi ichawanwa ichibreacha the constitution proposal yakonzeresa ma divisions within the ZANU-PF party and hanzi mu military ranks amanomera mushe mune kumanya kuitwa mu Zimbabwe ngapane ma ZANU-PF provinces particularly Masvingo hanzi azinaomera mushe prima factions are kupusha for President Mnangagwa to varamba in power until 2030. Then point out factions are co-opposed at this move. Masvingo Irwunzi has now made a mushi, the provincial executive member, but Simon Muchafa and Wagaspaka Makotrovis Wakapuda Stora Vachiti is against the backing a presidential candidate from outside the Masvingo. Statement here consult on Budu Chiwenga and do the right candidate and Zinika Tongwe ne Masvingo muri Zimbabwe azinomera mushi mubato re ZANU-PF ndofunga pane vanhu vakadzingwa mubato iyi vachiaccuswa of siding with Chiwenga muri Zimbabwe azinomera mushi muri Zimbabwe mubato rezanu zvakare tikaona President Mnangagwa vachisiya the military as his security vakawanikwa vachirizota to appointing his son as one of my security details avo muri Zimbabwe. Nyaya iyi yakabuditswa namajairos political analyst achitaura iye achiti Zimbabwe's political scene is heating up as Vice President Chiwenga and key military leaders reportedly issued a strong warning to President Mnangagwa's family. The warning, which has shaken the corridors of power, highlights growing tensions within the ruling elite. Reports indicate that the rift between Chiwenga's camp and Mnangagwa's inner circle has reached a critical stage. Military leaders, who have largely remained silent in the past, are now voicing their dissatisfaction. The generals are not happy with how the Mnangagwa family has amassed power. They feel sidelined and are ready to act, said a source who spoke anonymously. The warning comes as Mnangagwa's allies push for him to extend his presidency beyond the 2-term allowed by the constitution. This proposal has caused divisions within the ruling ZANU-PF party and unrest among military ranks. In some ZANU-PF provinces, particularly Masvingo, the disagreement has turned bitter. While some factions are now advocating for Mnangagwa to stay in power until 2030, others are opposing the move. Masvingo, a ZANU-PF stronghold, has become the epicenter of the feud. Simon Muchafa, a provincial executive member, recently sparked controversy when he argued against backing a presidential candidate from outside the region. His statement was seen as a challenge to Chiwenga's aspirations. Following this, over 10 provincial members were slapped with prohibition orders, including youth leaders Brighton Mushekwa and Kudakwashe Gopo. Masvingo Provincial Affairs Minister Ezra Chadzamira accused these individuals of siding with Chiwenga, alleging they had accepted bribes to derail Mnangagwa's bid for the 2030 project. As the cracks within ZANU-PF deepen, Zimbabweans are watching closely to see how this power struggle will unfold. Domabuditsiro yakaitwa nyaya iyi muri Zimbabwe tingazive kuti munoiona sei nyaya iyi tudziwo zvamuri kufunga pamusoro penyaya iyi mu comment section. taura kwatiri kuita independent yakabuda ichitaura iyo ichiti the bid yaMnangagwa kuextenda his term beyond 2028 and it's taking shape yakabudidzwa neThe Independent vachitaura vachiti a contentious bid to extend President Emmerson Mnangagwa's term beyond 2028 is gaining momentum, with some ZANU-PF structures actively seeking nationwide support for the plan. The Zimbabwe Independent heard this week the plot to stretch the president's constitutional tenure comes as factionalism simmers in ZANU-PF, with Mnangagwa loyalists reportedly squaring up against those said to have coalesced around Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. Mnangagwa's constitutionally mandated tenure is supposed to end in 2028 at the completion of his second and final term in office. Since Mnangagwa's victory at the 2023 polls against his closest rival Nelson Chamisa, the then leader of the Citizens Coalition for Change, whispers have grown among President's loyalists to extend his term in office beyond the constitutional 2028. Mnangagwa has publicly declared he has no intention to stay in office beyond the end of his second term. However, a number of ZANU-PF affiliates and structures which were instrumental in campaigning for him have openly endorsed the 2030 plot. Last week, chairpersons from the party's 10 provinces converged at the president's pre-cap farm in Kwekwe, where they said they will continue to push for the extension of his term of office in 2030. This followed another meeting a fortnight ago, which representatives of the affiliates at the farm, where they took turns to chant the ED 2030 slogan. That meeting, The Independent understands, was allegedly coordinated by ZANU-PF National Commissar Munyaradzi Machacha. Machacha assumed his influential post in May after Mnangagwa demoted Mike Bima as ZANU-PF National Commissar. ZANU-PF spokesperson Chris Mnangagwa told The Independent this week affiliates plan to promote the 2030 agenda would involve advertising Mnangagwa's achievements since he assumed office in 2017. The party is preparing for the eventuality of implementing the 2030 resolution, Mnangagwa said. This entails mass awareness of the sterling record of President Emmerson Mnangagwa as a deliverer of rare caliber statesmanship. At the end of the day, the party membership works for, praise and hopes for resonance with the all-important electorate. The ZANU-PF spokesperson said those opposed to extending Mnangagwa's term wanted to treat him as a lame duck leader. In politics, a lame duck or outgoing politician is an elected official whose successor has already been elected or will soon be. An outgoing politician is often seen as wielding limited influence with other politicians due to their short time remaining in office. The party organs and mass structures are now mobilizing to parry aside any distractions as he discharges his second term. They are keen to see much more of the development dividend. You will garner overwhelming membership, support on merit, and track record of performance and delivery. This is why his detractors are quaking. They are anchoring to turn him into a lame duck leader through a foisted and premature announcement of an incompetent successor. Sources told The Independent that ZANU-PF affiliates, which campaigned for Mnangagwa in 2023, were split on the plan to extend his term. Those opposed to the plan are perceived to be rallying behind Chiwenga, who is the presumed front-runner to succeed Mnangagwa. While the affiliates were all supportive of Mnangagwa's 2023 presidential campaign, they are now diametrically opposed on extending his term beyond 2028, one source said. Those opposed to the plan are suggesting there is no need to force Mnangagwa to follow the late Robert Mugabe's footsteps. Their argument is that Mugabe was removed because he wanted to rule indefinitely. Those promoting the 2030 plot are making the same mistake. Some affiliates opposed to the plan are very clear that those who have presidential ambitions must freely express their intention at the next elective Congress. ZANU-PF is supposed to hold an elective Congress in 2027 ahead of the harmonized elections scheduled for 2028. The unfolding push to extend his term against his will comes after ZANU-PF resolved at its annual conference held this year to extend his term to 2030. Most ZANU-PF provinces endorsed the resolution. ZANU-PF's Harare provincial chairperson, Guduz Masimilembwa, told The Independent the ruling party was now awaiting amendment of the requisite constitutional provisions necessary to kickstart the process. Implementation of national conference resolutions is done by ZANU-PF national leadership, not by provinces. Harare province adopted the 2030 resolution together with other provinces. Nothing has changed, he said. We remain in full support and look forward to the amendment of the Constitution or passing of other legal instruments to enable His Excellency Dr. E.D. Mnangagwa to continue serving as state president beyond 2028. ZANU-PF provinces are not in the business of thinking about other candidates during the term of an incumbent. Our total and undivided loyalty is to His Excellency Dr. Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, he said. Mnangagwa is constrained from serving beyond the permissible constitutional 2 5-year terms. Even if the Constitution is amended, there are provisions which hinder the incumbent from benefiting. These require a referendum to be amended if Mnangagwa is to stay in office beyond 2028. Chiwenga, who has never been seen in public chanting the ED 2030 slogan, is said to be against amending the Constitution to extend Mnangagwa's term. Sources also allege that he wants Mnangagwa to anoint him successor ahead of the 2027 ZANU-PF elective Congress. Tamabulitiro wakati kwa nyai na The Independent, Zimbabwe, tinyaziye kuti mmeona sei nyaya ituze za mukufunga mu comment section.